Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. The Dusty McUncle Hamster sale just went live, as well as a puzzle event that's called Tracks to Nowhere. As always, you can find timestamps to jump to that part that interests you the most. We're gonna start today with the landing sale of the Hamster. This one comes with really good stats. It has on level 1 already 80 strength, 80 health and 40 luck. And those stats influence basically what amount of stuff you can get from the expeditions and also how much the survival rate will be. So those stats on level 1 are already really good. And then you have here those 2 extra skills, which is one of them extra loot with 40% more. So basically when he brings you, let's say 10 roller token or 100 season token, now this will be multiplied by plus 40%. So he will bring you now, for example, 14 roller token or 140 season token. So that is very good. And he has a new skill, which is called overtime duty, where with 25% chance he does not go into cooldown, and you can basically send him to the expedition immediately again after he returns to you. So these skills are actually pretty good, but they come at a very heavy price in my opinion, because this is the most expensive hamster that we saw so far. This one costs you around $120 worth of TRX or Solana if you wanted to purchase this hamster. So basically it is one of the best hamsters in the game now, but also the most expensive one. And also we've been promised that we get a way to acquire this hamster at a discount. That's what it said in the blog post here. So starting on 23rd August we can actually craft the hamster with these clues at a discount. Now that we know the price of $120, we can just make the calculations here. If we would have unlocked all of the clues, meaning we have participated in all of the events lately, we unlock 50% on the $120. So approximate the hamster will cost you $60 at that point. And for all of the 3 discounts, you need the dead end blueprint. So you would need to participate in the puzzle event and get 14 out of the 14 rewards this time to basically get any of the 3 discounts that we've been promised in the crafting offer tomorrow. And this looks really bad in my opinion, because for the puzzle event to get 14 out of the 14 tasks, you will need to exchange $72 worth of roller token if you're exchanging it with a currency that doesn't have like a discount inside of the wallet at the moment. So basically you need to exchange more currency than you are actually saving, and that looks really bad in my opinion in terms of the sale talking. But what they didn't tell us is that the craft tomorrow is actually apart from this landing sale, because you can purchase this hamster here, and if you actually got any of these combinations of the clues, you can craft the hamster another time, leaving you with 2 times the Dusty McUncle. So basically this is something that they should have told us here, because technically it's not a real discount if you make the math and you know what you spend in those events and stuff, and that is very bad. But it's really cool to know that you can have the same hamster actually 2 times, and I think that a lot more people might have participated inside of these events here if they would have known that you can have the hamster 2 times. So again, if you participated in all of the events, then tomorrow you can get a second hamster. Yes, you heard that correctly, a second time the same hamster basically, with probably the same stats than you see here in the landing sale. And you can get the second copy for $60 basically tomorrow if you participated in all of the events. And you can also of course get a second copy of the hamster if you get the 3 clues here and the 2 clues. So basically just at a different price point. But fact remains that we will need to actually exchange a lot of roller token today to get a second copy. And keeping that information in mind, I don't think it is a very good idea to basically exchange a lot of currency to get this hamster here at like 50% discount. So what my recommendation would be, if you wanted the hamster only one time, is to basically not exchange a lot of currency here inside of the puzzle event, but then basically just straight up purchase the hamster here from the landing sale. Because if you make the calculation and we wanna just really get it on point here, you are exchanging $72 worth of roller token to basically save 50% of $120. So basically you are spending $60 here and $72 here, leaving you at a more expensive price for the hamster than the actual landing sale of $120. So for me the math is basically not mathing. It doesn't make any sense to me why the discount would be now more expensive, apart from the reason to have the hamster 2 times basically. So if I wanted to buy the hamster now, just from my point of view or in my opinion, I'd rather buy the actual landing sale than go go for the puzzle event and get like a weird 50% discount that is not really a discount anymore at this point. So to basically give you a quick TLDR of all of the things that I just said, if you wanted the hamster only one time, go for the landing sale, and if you wanted the hamster 2 times, then definitely you will have to participate in the puzzle event today to get the last clue, and then you can craft it starting tomorrow a second time basically. And that is pretty crazy because the Dusty McUncle has really crazy stats and really crazy skills, putting him at the very top of the hamster food chain basically in RollerCoin. And this hamster is actually gonna be able to bring you back quite a lot of roller token and stuff, and that will help you grow your account a little bit faster. But enough about the Dusty McUncle hamster sale, let's get into the Tracks to Nowhere puzzle event. As we already mentioned it before, we get with the 14 rewards done, basically only the dead end blueprint, which is the last clue for the hamster sale. But what we actually want to get into here is the main rewards, the new Outlaw stash map that they released today with 17.5p in mining power. And this miner also comes with 5% in bonus power. And you have a chance to get the golden card where this one is already upgraded on tier 2 with 46p and 8%. So technically if you only go for 12 rewards because you don't want the actual hamster 2 times, then now you have a chance, if you are very lucky, to get the copy of this miner here enough times to make it a tier 3 version. If you are getting those 2 golden cards here basically, and at that point you could make it a tier 3 version, but that comes at a ridiculous price again. This is another one of those merges that I mentioned in the last puzzle event video that you don't want to see. Basically this costs you one time 30,000 of these white fans here to make it a tier 2 version one more time, and the other tier 2 version you would get from the puzzle event if you are lucky. And then you need 1.5k of these green ones to make it a tier 3 version, and on top of that 35 roller token in actual merging price to get a miner now with 120p, which is quite insane, and 18% bonus power. But I think for the actual price tag that this merge has, this is another one of these miners that you will have standing around basically inside of your inventory forever. And then at some point you might even forget about this and you will never ever be able to merge this because it's really expensive. And it comes at a crazy price to actually get to that point. If you wanted to go to 12 of the rewards here, and keep in mind you need to be lucky enough to get both golden cards, then you will need to actually go all the way to 124 lucky cases that you need to open. So basically what will happen here is you're wasting a lot of your roller token to get these quests done, or you're exchanging a lot more roller token than just the minimum of 28 that you would need in the case of opening 124 cases, meaning you open like 80 of those boxes less and go only for 46, but that leaves you to needing to exchange now 46 roller token. And if you wanted to open even less of those lucky cases, then now you would need to exchange even more of the currency. So basically this miner here will cost you either a lot of your roller token if you are very unlucky opening those boxes, or it will cost you a lot of cryptocurrency if you don't wanna basically waste your roller token. I hope that makes sense in the way I try to explain this and make my point here. So to get the miner is actually going to cost you quite a lot, either of the cryptocurrency or your roller token, and then you need to invest a lot more roller token on top of that to make it a worthwhile miner for most bigger accounts basically. If you are a fairly new player or like a medium player, then you will have by no means the resources needed to actually merge this in the first place. And at that point I would recommend, if you go for the 12 rewards, that you don't really aim to get any of the golden cards, because that's a rather unlikely thing to happen. But you're gonna just basically keep the base copy of this miner here, place it in your room, and you're gonna get all of the other stuff here like the abusive manipulator, and then you place that one in the room. Maybe you are lucky you get the white card here and some season tokens. But if you get the second copy that is not a merged version, then I recommend you to not merge it for now, because it's way too expensive for the actual mining power that it would give and the bonus power. If the bonus power would be at like, let's say 15% or 20% maybe, then this would be super good. But to seeing the 8% only, I don't think that anyone should merge it at the moment, and we should maybe wait on a merging discount, or maybe this gets lowered a tiny bit. And if you are super lucky and you get like both golden cards, then technically you can place this one time into your room on level 2 already, and one time the Outlaw stash on level 1. Just ignore the fact that you have a second copy of this at that point. Be happy with your mining power that you get, and don't waste that amount of roller token. We're talking about like 300 Roller token extra to basically go from a combined 60p in mining power and also 13% bonus power to then having 18% bonus power and 120p in mining power. So basically what happens if you merge this is you just double your mining power and get like 5% more bonus power on top at the price of 300 Roller token. I don't think that is worth it for now, and you should basically just keep the unmerged copies inside of your room. And then the other stuff that you can merge from this puzzle event, if you are lucky and you get the abusive manipulator here, those white cards, and you get the one here on the top, then you can definitely go for tier 3 because the merge of this miner specifically is very cheap and it gives a lot of bonus percentages. On level 1, as you can see here, it has only 1.5%, and on level 2 already 3.5%, and the tier 3 version is even better than that at a very low price. And then we get some more season tokens from here, and we have a chance of getting some of these white parts. It's not a lot, but it's way better than those bonus power cards in my opinion. I really like to see a puzzle event like this where we can get only useful stuff. I wish we would have had the information beforehand that the dead end blueprint and this hamster craft is basically not just a discount, but also our chance to actually get the hamster 2 times. That would have changed the approach of participating in the events a little bit. And also I would have preferred it a lot actually that this would have been not 14 out of the 14 rewards, so that we are basically being locked behind a $72 paywall. But in my opinion this should have been maybe here on the rank number 9 or maybe on 10 to basically not exchange that many Roller token to get a reasonable discount if we wanted the hamster only one time. But then again, that is just my honest opinion about the puzzle event and the approach of the Dusty McUncle sale that we have now. As always, thank you so much for watching guys. If you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below and I see you in the next one. Bye!